Assalamu alaikum. My name is Istiaq Ahmed. Today I am giving a presentation on the topic normalization. So let's start our presentation. So firstly, what is normalization? It is a process to remove and reduce redundancy of data from a table, and it improves the data integrity. It is a systematic approach of decomposing tables to eliminate data redundancy. On the screen we just saw that the table is getting decomposed into smaller table. Is it really necessary to normalize the table that is present in the database? Well, every table in the database has to be in the normal form. So normalization is used for two purposes. First one is it is used to eliminate repeated data. Having repeated data in the system not only makes the process slow but will cause trouble during the later part of transaction. And the second one is to ensure the data dependencies makes up logical sense. Yes, usually the data is stored in the database with certain logic. Huge data sets without any purpose are completely waste. The data that we have should make up some logical sense. There are many normal forms that are still under development, but let's focus on the very essential ones only. So we'll be talking about first normal form, second normal form, and third normal form. In the first normal form, we tackle the problem of atomicity. Here, atomicity means values in the table should not be further divided. In simple terms, a single cell cannot hold multiple values. Following functions will be performed in the first normal form. The first one is it removes repeating groups from the table. The second one is create a separate table for each set of related data. And the third one is identify each set of related data with a primary key. To understand this in a better way, let's look at the given table. In the employee table, we can clearly see that the phone number column has two values. Thus, it violates the first normal form. So now if we apply the first normal form to see the above table, we get the following result. In this table, each and every row is listing, that is, no cell has multiple values. The table has achieved atomicity. We can clearly see that there is no multiple values in each and every column. Thus, the first normal form is achieved. Now, let's move to the second normal form. The table is said to be in second normal form only when it fulfills the following conditions. The first condition is it has to be in first normal form, and the second one is the table also should not contain partial dependency. To understand second normal form, let's consider this table. This table has a composite primary key, that is employee ID and department ID makes a primary key. The non-key attribute is office location. In this case, the location only depends on department ID, which is only the part of primary key. Therefore, the table doesn't satisfy first normal form. So what to do in this scenario? The answer is simple. To bring this table to second normal form, we need to break the table into two parts, which will give the following tables. As we can see, we have removed the partial functional dependency that we initially had. Now in the table, column office location is fully dependent on the primary key of that table, which is nothing but department ID. Now let's move to the third normal form. Third normal form is a form that is used in normalizing the table to reduce the duplicacy of data and ensure referential integrity. The following conditions has to be met by the third normal form. The first condition is the table has to be in second normal form, and the second condition is no prime attribute is transitively dependent on any non-prime attribute which depends on other non-prime attributes. Let's look at the example table. In the above table, student ID determines subject ID and subject ID determines subject. Therefore, student ID determines subject via subject ID. This implies that we have transitive functional dependency, and this table does not satisfy third normal form. Now, in order to achieve third normal form, we need to divide the table as shown below. in the first table, columns such as student name, subject ID and address are only dependent on student ID. In the second table, subject is only dependent on subject ID. Thus third normal form is achieved. So here I end my presentation. So thank you for watching my presentation.